Hey there, everyone. It's Patricia Hayes here, and I am here with installment number six of our video mini-series on networking and professional relationship building. I hope everything is going well for you thus far. And if you have missed installments 1 through 5, you can find them on Patricia V. Hayes Consulting Facebook page. And hopefully also by this time, because I'm going to put them in a nice little collection so that you can check on them from the YouTube page as well. So be looking out for that. So in this sixth installment, we're going to continue our conversation about myths and challenges around networking and how to overcome them or to address those situations. And we're going to do it in less than 10 minutes. Okay, so that's the goal here. And this time we're going to talk about the myth or the challenge of believing that it won't matter, it being networking, for my position or job. That, it doesn't matter, it's not relevant to what I'm doing currently. So that is such a dangerous thing to say. Oh my gosh, it's so upsetting. Because if you are working, if you have goals and dreams for a career, if you have goals or dreams personally, building a solid network of people who you've established relationships with will be invaluable to you in ways you cannot even begin to calculate. It does not matter, because right now, regardless of whatever your quote status is in your current position or job or career, it can shift. No one stays in the same job or career for 20, 30, 40 years anymore. There are a few people who do, but even they have shifted their jobs. They've not stayed in the exact same job for 20 years. Rarely does that happen anymore. So with that alone being said, that is a rationale for wanting to be more conscientious and to be more focused and strategic on the relationships that you build and how they impact you or can impact you, or how you can impact them in a professional realm. So again, you have goals and dreams. Are they professional or personal? Either way, having a network that you can rely on to reach out to will be invaluable. I use my network of people all the time. I just can't even begin to say, whether it's, I work for myself, so I'm always reaching out to people for business purposes, whether it's reaching out to people I already know, or whether it's reaching out to people I don't know, or if I'm trying to seek out some new people. Going to events with people, with friends, attending workshops so that I can improve my own personal skills, professional skills, and then utilize them to further my dreams, further my goals, while at the same time meeting new people who have similar interests. That's always, a great thing to do. But in particular, also, whether your goals or dreams are personal or professional, it's so key. So, for example, one of the things I've served on a lot of boards in the community. I'm very involved and value my community service a great deal. And sometimes I'm looking for a new opportunity. Sometimes I'm not, and the opportunity presents itself to me. How does it present itself? It presents itself because of my previous work in the community, or what I may be doing currently. Someone sees me, someone knows me, and then they give my name. And I'm not talking about in hypotheticals. I'm talking about what has actually happened. They give my name to someone when they say, we're looking for a new board member to do X, or we need someone who can engage at a high level on our board. And one of my goals is to evolve to get on certain boards that are at a quote higher level, that are the next level for me, based on the people that are involved, the commitments that it require, and things like that. And because I was open to that, out of the blue, I have this opportunity presented to me last month before, and I am in the midst of going through one of those situations where I'm being considered for a board that would be awesome to serve on, and it's a next level opportunity for me as a professional, because those volunteer boards, trust me, I work. I work on my volunteer commitments, and they built up skills that I may or may not have been able to gain in my professional work environment. Those count towards the next level of things that I want to do. So particularly for me in a consulting space, when I'm able to continue to serve on boards at the next level, so that I can provide sound advice to folks who need to talk about governance, who need to talk about leadership opportunities. Those things do carry over. Do never underestimate that. It does matter whether you are volunteering somewhere, or whether you're a secretary, or you're an administrative assistant, whatever. If you have goals and things that you would like to do, you need to build a network, period. My own daughter, I have this conversation with her on a regular basis, and she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, give me a break. But she's learning it already, as a teenager who's high achieving, but who's getting opportunities presented to her that Mama did not have any input on. She will be like rolling her eyes. She's like, I got this email from so-and-so about X. I know you had something to do with it. And I'm looking at her like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? And then I go explore. I'm like, hey, guess what? I had nothing to do with that. So that's what happens when you put yourself out there, you're visible, and you get opportunities presented to you even at the young age of 16. So it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your position, it can happen. And leaving yourself open to those options and those opportunities, as I talked about last time, is really, really key. And the first thing you have to do is, again, shift your mindset from the, oh, it's a waste of time, or it won't matter because I'm only X. It does matter. If you have goals and dreams, it does matter, because that means you have something that you are striving towards and that you want to do differently, and you need people in order to move to the next level. Remember, networking is about building relationships, not just about exchanging business cards with people and having it pile up on your desk. Okay? When you build those relationships, when it's time to seek advice about a move, to pursue another opportunity, that's what happens. I've had several people who have come to me in a professional capacity. Although we started off, we met in one of my leadership development courses, and not one that I was sponsoring, one that I was a participant in. And then what happens afterwards, when we're talking and follow up, they're like, oh, I had no idea that you did empowerment coaching. I had no idea that you did executive advisory services. We need to talk. And voila, that relationship shifted, and I'm talking and working with my colleagues and my peers about a whole different business and professional venture. Okay, it does happen. What about on the personal side? Because those professional relationships can shift just as well. I'm thinking about one of my business colleagues in particular, who we never, quote, worked together. We served on a board together for years, and got to know each other. And one of the things that she does is she sees that she's going to know who she is, but she sails everywhere. She retired early, her and her partner, and they are sailing all over the Caribbean and around the world and stuff. And I'm like, one of these days I need to talk to her about that, because that's on my bucket list. Like, I would love to be able to own a boat and to be able to go sailing and to have those unique experiences. I'm like, I'm a closet boat owner. I watched that lovely, oh my gosh, what's the name of that show? I just forgot the name of it. But there's a show that I watched that talks about boat ownership and, and the folks and what you're looking for, what do you need and all of that. But guess what? I have someone in my network that I can talk to personally when I'm ready to do that. So don't discount your network. I was hanging out with another business colleague this week. We went to a networking event together, and it was there where we were talking. We made a stop at one of the new hotels. That's not even part of the networking thing. We were done with our networking event. And she was like, oh, let's go stop in this new place. I heard it's great. Let's go check it out. So there we are late in the evening going to check out this brand spanking new hotel. And while we're talking about it, and I'm like, well, I'm looking for a venue for my 50th birthday party that's coming up, or to do some, socializing or something like that around it. I really hadn't decided what I wanted to do. And she's like, oh yeah, this might be great. She goes, but here's somebody you need to talk about. And voila, what did she do? Bring to my remembrance a young woman who works in the visitors bureau for the city, who, guess what she does? She connects people with every hotel, every event space in the city. Duh. How about that? I was not looking for that connection. I was not talking about it. I had not even crossed my mind in that respect. But those are the things that can happen when you talk to people and when you hang out and share, because that came, this is someone I see often and we do different things, but it came as a result of us attending a networking event together and then kind of hanging out a little bit afterwards, and voila, it came up in conversation. So never underestimate your relationships, the contacts, and the opportunities that may arise. Your space right now that you're in is never too little to build a relationship. It's all valuable in some respect. And just remember that, okay? That's it. Oh my gosh. Again, that 10 minutes goes fast. We're like actually over. And so I'm going to stop us right there. But if you have any comments or questions, hit me up in the comment section or send me a message. I'll be happy to follow up with you. As I mentioned, there's some great networking opportunities that are coming up in the city. It's summertime. Take advantage of them. If you're here in the Austin area or wherever you are, just be active about where to look and thinking about that. We're going to talk about some of that in the next 2 sessions about navigating networking events for business and professional development or for personal development. We're going to talk a little bit about that in sessions 7 and 8 that will be coming up. Meanwhile, keep an eye out for a fabulous opportunity that's going to be coming up in July that I am going to be training and providing the training on, and keep an eye out for it. All right, take care, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye bye.